Well, aloha, everyone. This is Nicki Keohohou, CEO and co-founder of the DSWA. I'm so happy to see so many of you on the line with us tonight from multiple countries, multiple companies, and you're here looking for something, and I know you're going to find it tonight. We have with us tonight Renee Hable, and I've known Renee for about 15 years, and she was working with a company for 30 years. And I got to tell you, she was in the field. She was in the training department, in field management, in coaching, in social media. She's done just about everything in this business. And we were so blessed when she retired from her company that we were able to bring her over to DSWA. And she is our manager for all, our directing manager for our membership. So any of you that are looking at becoming a member or you already have, you probably have dealt with our beautiful Renee, which we're so grateful to have. So Renee, we want to get started and not waste a minute, so take it away.
All right, thank you so much, Nicki. So tonight we're going to talk about building the relationship on social media. And I'm sure that you all have seen multiple versions of what you see on the board here. And what you want to think about is less of this stuff, less of make a purchase and I'll host a party for you. What is that? Join for joins, join my group, I'll join your group. Shopping clubs, all of this stuff is very questionable from what I've been seeing as I participate in different things in social media. And maybe you have seen these types of things and you shake your head and what the heck, or maybe you've even tried some of them. What we're going to do tonight is try to get rid of some of this unproductive stuff and turn it into productive. Now, what you will find is that it is not a fast process. You're not going to get 1 million friends overnight. You're not going to get 1 million likes. You're going to post something that nobody even comments on. But you just have to do these different things and see what works for you and for your business. So tonight we're going to talk about 5 different tools that will help you to make this, make a transition into really building a following of potential customers and potential team members, but really just people in the online environment. So the first one seems really simple, but I'm not sure if everyone knows the gist of it. And the other thing you want to think about as we're talking about these things is it may not pertain to you, but what if it pertains to your downline members? What if they're involved in all these crazy trade sales, trade party kind of things? How can you coach them to go in a different direction to build their business? So the number one is super easy. Join groups of like-minded people. So Nicki, when you think of that, what kind of groups would you possibly be joining?
Anything around direct selling, anything around business, women's groups, entrepreneurship, those types of things.
And what would you be looking for to get out of that group?
Well, first of all, I'd want to contribute because I know when you contribute to the group, it just sort of like people kind of are a magnet to you. So I'd want to contribute. I'd like to learn new tips or new ideas or new approaches or anything that I could learn that would make me better in business.
You know, what I didn't hear you say is I want to share my store or I want to blast my link to my store. So when we say participate or contribute, we don't mean blasting your sales link every single time you make any kind of post. What we mean is engage people. What are some open-ended questions you could ask? Share tips. If you're with a cooking company, share a recipe just for the heck of sharing a recipe. Articles that you read that were interesting. Out of every 10 posts to any group that you participate in or your own groups, only one of them should be selling or promoting.
Every 10.
Only one, yeah. So now let's put some thought into searching for those groups. So I just took some screenshots of some groups that I search for, because as the DSWA membership director, I want to be where direct sellers are, right?
Yeah.
Now, let me ask all of you this question, and you can just raise your hand. I can see most of you. Do you think being in one of these direct selling groups is what you should be doing? Raise your hand if you think you should be in these direct selling groups. Raise your hand if you think you should not be in these direct selling groups.
They lost their hands. I'm not seeing their hands.
You can just raise it on. You can just raise it on the camera. So I see more people raise their hands for not than for, and I am so happy to see that. You don't need to be in groups with all people that are doing exactly what you're doing. So, you know, one of the things that I found in my old company was that all my friends were from that company. I didn't want all my friends from that company to see what I was selling or what I was promoting. I wanted to get out of my little bubble of my one company. So I'm using this only as an example because this is what I did. But the thing that's important here is all I did was I put in the search box on Facebook, direct sales, network marketing, MLM, any kind of combination of words. And then I'm going to look at how many members they have, because I don't want to spend a lot of time posting in groups that only have 294 members when there's groups that have 4,400 members or 1,300 members. So let's just do a quick brainstorming. Type in the chat box. What kind of groups do you think you should join or look or search for? Just search for.
Hobbies, dog lovers, women in business, community business groups, walking, hiking, natural healing, exercise. Boy, we have a lot of them. Eating. Oh, that sounds good.
Love that, Sandy. Eating for sure.
Similar interest groups.
Yes.
Groups that have your same interests.
Chocolate.
Any of the common interests. Cooking, moms, mothers groups. I would look for groups. That was so fast I couldn't get it, but it sounded good.
Gardening, neighboring group. Yeah.
Coffee groups, autoimmune, self-care.
A disease like a help group. You know, a support group makes me think of fundraising.
Yeah.
So if I had a illness or a disease or something that I wanted support with, and I was contributing in there and talking, and somebody talked about how much they couldn't pay their bills, now you've got an in to reach out to that person. But not the day you join the group, you start slapping up your store. Okay, excellent. I love it. And then the other thing to think about is, what does my company do? Now, in a lot of your cases, your company, the reason you joined your company is because you already are passionate about whatever that is. But think about that would be particularly partnered with your company. So for example, if you're in a beauty company, maybe you search for skincare, beauty, fragrance, whatever products are your favorite products. If you are in a a cooking company, bakers, cooks, chefs, you know, any of those kinds of words are going to find groups. And then you want to read their about and figure out, is this something that really interests me? Is this something that I, you know, because sometimes they're about, if their about is, we post our stores every day, then everybody's posting their store, what are you really going to get out of that? So do some thinking as to what kind of groups and what kind of memberships that they have. And then once you're in that group, don't sell, serve. Has anyone ever heard Nicki say that phrase?
A few thousand times.
So this is an example of one I posted in a couple of the direct selling groups. I said, if your post starts with, I need one more sale this month, or Susie needs one more sale for her party, please rethink that. And I just shared one of our DSWA graphics that says people want to do business with you because you help them get what they want. They don't do business with you to help get what you want. I cannot tell you how many posts I've seen that started with, I need one more sale for this month.
Wow.
The only thing on this post that identifies me as in the business is that our website is on the bottom. But I'm not saying buy from us or here's the link to our store or anything like that. It's just a simple little courtesy of sort of messaging. Now, interestingly, on this particular post, I got a lot of comments. One of them right here, exactly, and I want to help people to be self-sufficient. So boom, her comment immediately allowed me to respond with a class that I thought that we were teaching that month that I thought would help her to make her people be more self-sufficient, right? And in the same post, I'm glad someone said it, asking for orders is not what direct selling is about. You must work your business. It sounds so desperate. I was also able to mention the DSWA because that's our philosophy, is how do you work your business? And so twice in this one post that really didn't mention the direct selling, the DSWA at all, I was able to incorporate into the conversation. So incorporating into the conversation is so important, not just blasting out our messaging. Okay, number 2, hashtags. How many of you use hashtags on a consistent basis? You can raise your hand in front of your computer. I use them, me. I try to, good, use them. Okay, so some people use them. Not everyone really, and I'll be honest, until somebody explained it to me, I didn't even understand what they were. So the pound sign, which used to be called the pound sign back in our day, placed before any word or phrase will group and hyperlink similar content together. So when anyone clicks on that phrase, it's going to take you to all of the social media posts that incorporate that phrase anywhere on the internet. And this is just another hint. Did you know that you can actually follow hashtags? So in all your social media, LinkedIn, I'm mostly LinkedIn, Instagram, and Facebook. But in all 3 of those, I can follow hashtags. And then I'll get a notification that says, someone just posted in hashtag direct selling, or someone just posted in hashtag like Superior Circle Tour, or whatever my groups are. So let's create a list of hashtags. So type in the chat box if you, and this is going to be to help each other. So we're going to start with personal care. What kind of hashtags might you use if you're with a personal care company?
Type it into the box there.
Type it in. Health could be, yep, you bet. Self-care, self-love, dry skin, beauty. Make sure you do not put any breaks in between. Hashtag treat yourself, hashtag national beauty. You bet. And then all of your products, so if there's specific products that are big names within your company, definitely hashtag those. What about cooking? What are some hashtags you might use there?
Quick meals.
Eat well. Ooh, quick meals. Yummy. Love it. Recipes. Love it. Be well, healthy. Food, food porn. Hey, that's, let's lose weight
some other
now.
kinds of things.
Let's lose weight now. 30 minutes or less. Excellent. Delicious. Raw to ready in 20. Excellent. Now, the interesting thing is now most of our social media sites, as you start typing that, you're going to see if there's any other, like how many other posts like that are out there. So if I see less than 1,000, I usually skip that. Sometimes even if I see less than 5,000, I'll skip it. But it's so many of the hashtags, it's 100,000, it's 200,000. And that means there's lots of people using that hashtag. Here's another one. What about fundraising? If your company does fundraising, what are some hashtags that you could use there? Give back, good, thanks, Andy. Raffle, profits with purpose, good. Donate. So what I'm not, why is that good, Renee, to have a very high number for a hashtag? Bridget, that's because that means that there's a lot of activity around that hashtag. So there's a lot of people posting about it and a lot of people reading those posts. So you definitely want, like if I go right now and I did hashtag direct selling, it'll be hashtag direct selling business, hashtag direct selling. So I'm going to pick the one that has the most posts already with it. Now, here's what I'm not seeing anyone for fundraising. Help others, make a difference, help me help them. These are all really great. You know what I'm not seeing? I'm not seeing any organizations for which you might do fundraisers. Okay, so why not hashtag the Little League? Why not hashtag youth sports? Why not hashtag Girl Scouts, Boy Scouts, your church, whatever types of breast cancer awareness. So here's an interesting one I did a couple years ago. I was, again, it's to get away from who you're always next to. So if you hashtag your company, guess what? All people are going to see it are people from your company. Why do you want that? So a couple years ago, I hashtagged, I was doing a fundraising post and I hashtagged Humane Society. And I got someone to follow me on Facebook, a vet from North Carolina, and I live in Wisconsin. So now I'm starting to reach out beyond my little bubble. And they actually liked me, and then now they're following me all the time. So when you're doing, so think outside the box when you're thinking about what hashtags to use. Okay. So here's the example I gave of the numbers. So look at this one. When I hashtag direct selling, this is what pops up. Direct selling news, less than 5,000. Direct selling, 374,000 posts across the internet. Direct selling business, 18,000 posts. Direct selling company, less than 5,000. Direct selling industry, over 11,000. And direct selling, not networking, fewer than 1,000. So I'm only going to pick the ones that are really going to give me some mileage. So here's that same post and how I used it. So this was one of our webinars a couple of last month or the month before. Oh, what happened? Go back. Very exciting free webinar. And look what I did here. First I hashtagged direct network marketing, direct selling news, but then I hashtagged every company I could think of. Because I want each one of you who are with all of these different companies to see this post.
So where it's asking, where do you see the count? It's below the actual word.
It's
so
right here.
Yeah.
See on the left. So what happened is I'm typing the words direct selling and these suggestions are coming up for me with how many people participate there. And yes, Sandy, it does not hurt to create synergy by tagging your own company, but that's not where you're going to get your business from. You're going to get your business from getting out of your own company's bubble. Now, a couple of tips. 11 is optimum, 11 hashtags. Instagram limits you to 30. LinkedIn and Facebook do not have a limit. So I can actually, you can see here, I have to subtract some sometimes when I'm on Instagram. Okay. Tip number 3, share infographics. So those of you who have been participating in the DSWA's Facebook group, we post 3 to 5 times a month with a free infographic, and our design guy is the bomb. Chris knocks it out of the park. I give him this crazy stick figure picture with some words on it. I send it to him and he comes up with this. So this was just yesterday because it was International Women's Day. And this is actually a recruiting message. So in celebration, so I would put this on our Facebook group. You guys would grab it. And all you have to do is send it out to your team and say, text this to 5 people. Text this to 5 women in your life. So let's try that right now with this post. Come on. So move your pictures. If you can see the group, try to move that off to the side. And either take a screenshot of this picture or take a picture of it with your phone, just like this.
Everybody
Kind of clean, make it clean, make it a clean shot so you really just get the picture and the words. And then text it to 3 people who you know who have kids in youth sports. Maybe they're already selling you stuff all the time. Can you buy candy for our Little League? Can you buy popcorn for youth soccer? Text it to those people right now. And if you get a response before this call is over, type that in the chat box. Sandy, I love your question. Could we create our own infographic and have it say image courtesy of? That is an awesome idea. And funny you should ask that, because that's actually what we're going to be talking about in our next class on this topic. So yes, you can. And that's what we do. As you can see, all of the DSWA graphics say courtesy of DSWA on them. Okay, did everyone do that?
Yes.
All right. Number 4. Okay, there's debate on what this is, how to pronounce this. Some people say GIFs, some people say GIFs. I like GIFs because it doesn't sound like peanut butter to me, but that's just me. But these are graphic interchange formatted pictures. So this is just a little video snippet with some sort of message on it. So I did this one myself, and I got to tell you, I just placed an order from the cooking company, and I randomly ordered this extra product because, you know, I wanted to try a few things besides what I really needed. And oh my God, it totally stops my pans from boiling over. So I put a little title, OMG, no more scraping on my stovetop. And I turned it into a hint post. Okay. So I just posted, I'm notorious for walking away from the stove and having to scrape the boiled off yuck off. First time using my new small boil over no more, which even got a brilliant from my husband, which is crazy, right? And then I did hashtag pampered chef to give them credit. I could have tagged the distributor, the consultant that I used. That would have been nice of me to do. But this, if you can get your customers to do things like this, that's like total free advertising, because somebody else is bragging on their product or their service.
Mm.
So I really should have tagged my hostess, or my either my hostess if it was from a party, or my consultant. Now this is a hint post. A hint post, you're not blabbing about the company. You're not sharing your link. All you're doing is hinting that this product was amazing.
Mm.
Okay, and this is just a picture of my post, but this one is actually using the GIF because a GIF is generally a little video. Okay. All right, number 4, guess what number 5 is? Gamification. What the heck is that word? That's a new word. Really, people are drawn to, and Americans especially, I'm not going to speak for the Canadians or the Australians, but if we can win something, we want to win something. I'm already this evening I was watching the Wheel of Fortune, and they were giving away some. I got to go and register to win that. So we love games. People love to win something. And so how can you turn your promotion of your product, promotion of your company, or your training? Maybe it's not, maybe you're not selling, maybe you're trying to train your team on a new concept. Nobody wants to sit in a webinar and stare at the person just talking. So how about let's change it into a game? The most simple game is a poll. So here's a game for all of you. 1, 2, 3, 4, or 5, which one of these 5 tools that we learned tonight are you going to use first within your own business? All you have to do is type your number in the chat box. 2, 3, okay, hashtags, infographics, hashtags, gamification. Oh, lots of 2, lots of hashtags. I like that. That was a big learning for me when I learned it. I was like, oh my gosh, why am I not doing this more? Lots of 2s, 5s, 3 and 5, infographics and gamification. Okay, not seeing a lot of GIFs. I've seen some cute games using GIFs, like what was one I saw the other day? It was food related. So if you belong to a cooking company, you could use this. It was like, using a GIF, tell me what your cooking style is. And so if you're in most of the social media, you can just click the little G, the little square with the G in it. That pulls up all the GIFs. You just type in cooking and you're going to come up, there's going to be a ton of them with famous celebrities. But on our next class in 2 weeks, I'm going to show you how to create your own. So you're going to want to join that class on the 25th.
Renee, they're asking, how do you make a GIF?
If you want to know, you've got to come back on March 25th.
Okay.
Okay. Let's see. And here's the next most important thing. Again, this is not going to turn you into a millionaire overnight. This is the beginning. This is the planting the seeds of building your online presence. You're not going to have an online presence tomorrow. But if you keep practicing and you keep doing these things, what does Nicki say? Practice makes permanent. I still have to remind myself to add hashtags. Like sometimes I have to go back and edit. Oh shoot, I forgot to add the hashtags. Edit, add the hashtags. But I love this quote by Nicki. Let go of the outcome and the income will follow. So don't be worried that shoot, that game didn't do anything. I didn't get anybody to like any of. So what? Let go of that and keep doing new things, new activities, try a new game. And I'll tell you what, if you're not on the DSWA Facebook group, please join it because I share tips, ideas, and games all the time that you can just steal. Okay, questions?
Or comments. You can type them into the box.
Comments, questions, whatever you like.
I have like a comment sort of suggestion.
Sure.
So I'm Marcia. I'm from Suquamish, Washington, and I'm with Dig Direct. And hashtags. So you were saying, Renee, that sometimes you'll create your post and then you'll be like, crap, I forgot to put my hashtags, and go back and edit.
Yes.
Another just tip, you can also put hashtags in a comment. So A, then you don't have a whole line of hashtags in your post, but B, it's just if you forget, or it's just another way to put the hashtags in. They react the same way, they do the same thing, but they're not in your actual post.
Yep, that's a great comment. I'm like one of those perfectionists that if I see a word spelled wrong, I got to go back and edit it. So I'm kind of like that, but yeah, absolutely. You could do that. And think about it this way. Couldn't you help each other out? Like if you saw someone's post and you're like, gosh, she should hashtag that. Put a hashtag in the comment for her. Talk about getting people to like you, right? Do you prefer or not prefer to add your company link in the bio? Yeah, your link should always be in your bio automatically. And link in bio is also a hashtag. So you could hashtag link in bio, which is even less obtrusive than putting your link into your post. Great comment, Kimberly. Thank you.
Okay, I have a question.
Sure.
And it's kind of interesting because I'm in this class tonight, but I'm signed up for, let's see, I'm in a week-long virtual party with a bunch of other vendors, and I'm also in 2 weekends in a row. Now I'm going, okay, now how do I turn this whole story around and not be promoting my business, but be trying to create maybe friendships or something like that with the other vendors?
Well, that's a great question. I think that if it's specifically a vendor event, then that is the purpose, is for you to sell. I mean, that would be like going to a vendor event, at a park or for a festival and not selling anything because you just wanted to meet people. You wouldn't do that. So vendor events is different. However, that's not to say that you couldn't share things like that product post that I shared.
Right.
Why not share that? Why not share fun little
Or do like
little,
a testimonial and that type of
yep,
thing instead of
yep,
just
little
pictures of your
videos.
product. Yeah.
Yep. Ask another fun game would be to ask your customers to do something. So everyone who adds my hashtag or everyone who tags me in a product picture of one of the products from my brochure or my store, whatever you call it, gets into a drawing or gets a free goodie packet or sample or something like that.
Mm-hmm.
So, and sometimes it'll work, sometimes it won't work, but do some different things that get engagement rather than just buy.
Right. Okay, thank you.
I'm finding it hard to hold my tongue in some of these direct selling groups that I'm in, because if the group's called Direct Selling Networking for Women, why is everybody in there just sharing their link? I'm already in a direct seller. Why do I want your link? You know what I mean? It's like your goal is to get away from other direct sellers and find customers. Not that none of us would order stuff from each other, because we would, but that, why would you join a group if that's the only option?
Yeah, everybody's supposed to invite like up to 20 people of, their friends, relatives, whatever.
Yeah. So then you're bringing it. And how many of so let me ask you this, how many of those people do you think are going to stay in that group once they see all it is a whole bunch of people sharing their links?
Well,
there's got to be more content.
Yeah, there's got to be something different than what everybody else is doing.
Is there a video of you using the product? Is there a video of you doing an eyeliner or a facial or chopping with my chopper, or some little something that's more interesting than here's my link, everybody buy from me.
There's
Sandy says she has a code word, PODO, purpose, objective, desired income of anything that she's posting.
Beautiful.
Love it.
Oh.
especially when you know we all know how much time it could suck from our lives to be. I mean, sometimes I get on social media and it's like an hour's passed and I'm like, oh my God, where did that hour go? So yeah, and it can be worse. Okay, so we're going to expand on this topic for our $29 March class. The 5 tools anyone can use to create new relationships online, but this one's going to be the step-by-step guide. So I have a game for all of you right now. Go to the DSWA Facebook page, find this picture, share it, and tag 5 of your peers or team members. And I'm going to be giving away a free class. If you're already a DSWA member, you'll get a free class to share with one of your team members. And if you're not yet a DSWA member, you'll get a free class. So this is the challenge for the evening and also a little game so you can see how that kind of thing works. And oh my gosh, Nicki never gives homework, but well, Nicki make sure you go out and practice. Yeah. But I am actually going to give you homework. So 3 apps that I want you to make sure you have on your smartphone: the Boomerang app, the Typorama app, and the Giphy app. I also want you to take a boomerang video of one of your products and save it to your phone's photo file. Now, you do not have to be crazy techie to do this, but if you really feel uncomfortable, you don't even have to do it to come. We will just be showing you how to do it. But anybody who really wants to come out of the next class with some actual working tools, have these 3 apps on your phone and take a little boomerang video. Take a couple of them. You just go, you set up the Boomerang app and then you click, take video, and boom, it just takes it. And then you just have to save it to your phone so it goes into your photo file. Mm-hmm. And then on March 25th, if possible, join from your computer so that you can be working from your phone. We're going to actually use these tools on your phone to actually make some of these things that we were just talking about.
Which is good. And any questions we didn't get answered to today, we'll really work to try to answer those in this class. So you'll have another opportunity. And it's a longer class. It's an hour and a half, correct, Renee?
It is. Yep.
Yes.
We're going to spend a good 15 to 20 minutes on each of those 5 tools that we already talked about. So that's on March 25th. On April 7th through the 28th, we have a brand new Coach Excellence School starting. And on May 4th, I know some of you are just finishing up our new class, Coach Approach for Sales and Service. We're starting that class over on May 4th. So I've heard really great things about it. We've gotten some really good feedback. Sorry, Bridget, it's going to be 9, but we will record it. We're trying to make it so that from the whole country can actually be at least on part of it. So,
and for people in other countries.
And other countries earlier as well, yes. It's tomorrow in Australia.
Yes.
Okay, before you go, I'm going to stop sharing. And I am going to grab the link. I'm going to grab 2 links for you. So hang on one second. The first is, just in case you don't have it, the DSWA Facebook page. So this is where you're going to go and grab, go and share. Oops, I didn't mean to send that to Nicki privately. Did not mean that.
I didn't need it. Somebody else does.
There we go. Okay. Everyone grab that Facebook page. You're going to go there, look for the March 25th class, share it, and tag 5 of your friends. And I'll be able to see that because you're sharing our product. I'll be able to see who shared it. And then your homework assignment, if you didn't get a good screenshot, that's all this is a screenshot. Okay. Nicki, I'm going to turn it back over to you to say good night.
Thank you, Miss Renee. Thank you, everybody, for the time that you took out of your busy schedule to be here. Thank you for what you do for the direct selling profession. I really appreciate that you're wanting to learn how to keep direct selling in a very high professional level, and learning these skills with how to use the social media is going to raise the bar for everybody. So take time to keep learning. We're proud that you're part of what we do at DSWA. And I want to thank Renee, because Renee makes things simple. You know, it's like I was kind of a dunce, like a hashtag. I don't have a clue what to do with that. And she made it simple. I even used one. I was so excited. So all of you, you just keep practicing, keep learning, keep growing, and keep building your businesses and be a leader of leaders. So thanks, Renee. We'll see everybody on the 25th or at one of the upcoming courses. And remember, every month as a member, you get a free class similar to this or other subjects. So it's worth it for $8.95 a month, and you get a free month. So do it now. And looking forward to seeing you all again in the future.
Nikki, I'll stay on for a few more minutes to answer some of these questions. So if anyone wants to leave, please do so. But there are a few questions that maybe we can answer tonight yet.
Okay.
Cheryl, I'm getting my key unit members to join DSWA. Woo! Yay, we
Thank
love to
you,
hear that.
Cheryl.
I found auto messaging setup has kind of been awkward and getting in the way, seeming less personal. That is true. The key is to do it if there's I'm hoping it's an auto messaging that you can control. So at least do it in your voice. And by that, I mean, you know, like my voice would be something like, oh my God, thanks for reaching out, you know, but sometimes those autoresponders are so stiff and that doesn't sound like my voice. So I would say if you have a way to personalize it, please do at least do that. Do you follow up with results from your poll? Absolutely. It depends on what your goal was. Like my goal with the poll that I did tonight was just to kind of get a feel for which of the 5, to give you a sample, but also which of the 5 was the most popular. I could have been giving away a door prize, or maybe there was only one right answer. So I needed to find out who did answer it correctly because I was going to send them a prize. But this was not one where there was a correct answer. Let's see. How do you promote specials in your VIP group without selling? Great question. I think you do it with exactly what we were talking about, more information. I just happened to be at a Pampered Chef party the other night, and every time somebody placed an order, she posted a thank you with a free recipe.
Wow.
I thought that was super cool. And it was a free recipe that related to what you bought, which totally makes sense to me. So that could be cool. I love, like, if I see a little video of it working, and I mean little video, like 5 to 10 seconds. If you show me your chopper or do a smoky eye in 5 to 10 seconds, I am buying that product. So you're interesting them, you're not selling them. You know what I mean? I mean, they're gonna buy, let go of the outcome and the income will come. Okay, I think those are the questions. I don't see any others other than Bridget. Sorry, we can't get it any earlier. Okay.
I have a question, Renee.
Molly, you have a question?
On the hashtags, as you're typing in whatever you want to type in, the number pops up. Do you just go with the highest number, or do you actually go to that hashtag and look it up?
No, I'll go to the highest 2 or 3 numbers.
Okay.
I mean, it depends. Like if it's questionable, I mean, I guess there could be something that's questionable that could come up with some, crazy, but like if I'm typing in direct selling, there's direct selling news, direct selling businesses, direct selling. I'm just going to pick the 3 that have the most activity.
That helps me a lot. Thank you so much.
Good.
All right. I think we did it, Renee. Thank you, everyone. Have a blessed night. Look forward to seeing you again in the future. Please tell your friends, especially for those free classes. Nothing for them to lose. And Bev, glad to have you here from Australia too. Take
Yes,
care, everyone.
thank you, Australia and Canada. Welcome.
Yeah.
Bye,
Bye-bye.
everybody.
Bye.